It's difficult to free others when you are chained next to them. This is a life principle. The life principle is it is difficult to free others when you're chained next to them. Chained to what? If you're chained next to them in the prison of economic collapse, it is difficult to support somebody who is sitting in the cell next to you. If you are chained in the cell of depression next to one another, it is difficult to give someone advice as to how to get out. This is why this is an important life principle. Because success is tied to your ability to solve the problems of others. Your success is tied to your ability to solve the problems of others. If you solve the problem of others, then there will be an exchange of economics. There will be an exchange of a favor. If you solve their emotional problems, financial problems, whatever they have, your market price increases because the earth sees you as valuable. Are we together still? It's not when you say that you are valuable. Let me speak with the millennial generation. I do understand that because you put fancy photo of yourself and you look very nice and you can put all kind of website, you can look as nice as you want. But here's the thing. When you show up to the boardroom or when you show up to the counseling session and this marriage is in a crisis, this person is a suicidal, when you show up to the product presentation, but you are not there to present your product alone, there are 5 other products too. You see, your presentation alone will not demonstrate your value. In other words, your presentation can only get you so far. Likely, you will have to go back to the drawing board. You see, so many people, they are life coaches, business coaches. Beloved, how dare you take advice from somebody who has never had a business before and ran one before? In business, you can have your business management degree all that you want. Let me tell you something. In business management, you are managing a business. In other words, you are managing an infrastructure that already has a system in place. In entrepreneurialism, you now have to create the infrastructure out of nothing. You have to take the currency of credibility and transform it into something that is tangible. See, in other words, there's nothing to manage because there's nothing that exists. There is no budget. There is no money. It's hard to free people when you're chained next to them. That person is going to have to go back and get themselves out of that cell before they can add value to other people. Because they do not understand the protocols to get free. They do not have the capacity to free others. Success is tied to your ability to solve the problems that others have. When you start a business, when you go through it year 2, year 3, year 5, year 6, you're trying to learn how to reinvest, where to reinvest. Not only that, you're dealing with microeconomic conditions. Now you're dealing with macroeconomic conditions. So people who are building business right now are dealing in macroeconomic conditions because there's global commerce that is happening. So now you have to deal with what's happening in other countries, other online stores, other technologies that are emerging that can interrupt what you are doing. So there are some things that you only learn by doing it. This generation, this microwave generation that want to microwave every single thing, I do not understand how they will legitimately solve the problems of others. Here's what they'll do. They may pillage a couple unknowing suspects. They may make some couple bucks. But immediately, their credibility will burn in flames. And they will be greeting you at Walmart. There may be social media star now. They may be having a following. So the things that I tell you, they may sound hard. They may sound, they did not tell me this in business school. They did not tell me this in seminary school. Whatever. I understand. These are hard things. If you want to survive and thrive in this hour, there's a certain thing. And it's not only about your economics, emotionally speaking. If you want to get off of drugs, be them under the counter, over the counter, not a part of the counter, I don't know what you want to call these drugs. If you want to get over these things and get your brain under control, guess what? You're going to have to go through a wilderness. You're going to have to go through a time where you leave these substances alone. You're going to have to go to a time where you're not talking to all of these people, where you're talking to the Lord alone, where you can be reinstituted.